Lord's Day, some of our maids sitting up late last night to get things ready against our feast today. Jane called us up about 3 in the morning to tell us of a great fire they saw in the city. So I rose and slipped on my nightgown and went to her window and thought it to be on the back side of Mark Lane. At the furthest, but being unused to such fires as followed, I thought it far enough off, and so went to bed again and to sleep. About 7, rose again to dress myself, and there looked out at the window and saw the fire not so much as it was and further off. So to the window and saw the fire not so much as it was and further off. So to my closet to set things to rights after yesterday's cleaning. By and by, Jane comes and tells me that she hears that above 300 houses have been burned down tonight by the fire we saw, and that it was now burning down all Fish Street by London Bridge. So I made myself ready presently and walked to the tower, and there got up upon one of the high places Sir J. Robinson's little son going up with me, and there I did see the houses at that end of the bridge all on fire, and an infinite great fire on this and the other side, the end of the bridge, which, among other people, did trouble me for poor little Michelle and our Sarah on the bridge. So down with my heart full of trouble to the lieutenant of the tower, who tells me that it begun this morning in the King's baker's house in Pudding Lane, and that it hath burned down St. Magnus Church, most of the Fish Street already. So down to the water. Swan already burned. Flicking into the river. Immediately. Tavern. Barges. Two lighters. Barges, okay. About the windows and balconies, till there were some of them burned, their wings, and fell down, having stayed, and in an hour's time seen the fire rage every way, and nobody to my sight endeavoring to quench it, but to remove their goods and leave all to the fire, and having seen it get as far as the steel yard, and the wind mighty high and driving it into the city, and everything after so long a drought proving combustible, even the very stones of the churches, and among other things the poor steeple by which pretty Mrs. Blank Mrs. Mrs. Horsley? Mrs. Horsley, a beauty admired and pursued by Pepys. Oh, Mrs. Horsley. Horsey. Okay. Elborough in Parson taken fire in the very top, and there burned till it fell down. I to Whitehall with a gentleman with me who desired to go off from the tower to see the fire in my boat. To Whitehall, and there up to the king's closet in the chapel, where people came about me, and I did give them an account. Dismayed them all, and word was carried in to the king, so I was called for, and did tell the king and the Duke of York what I had saw, and that unless his majesty did command houses to be pulled down, nothing could stop the fire. They seemed much trouble, and the king commanded me to go to my lord mayor from him, and command him to spare no houses, but to pull down before the fire every way. The Duke of York bid me tell him that if he would have any more soldiers, he shall send Arlington, Captain Cock, I in his coach, which he lent me, and creed with me to St. Paul's Cathedral. There walked along Watling Street as well as I could.